Welcome to Crime Cafe. I'm Kristen Quinn, and I'm bringing you something a little bit different. I'm starting to upload every single week a series that I'm going to call Weekly Crime. So it's going to be crime that has happened, cases that have unfolded, new evidence that has been found, anything like that during the week or whenever I see it. I see cases all the time that are just happening and they're so interesting and I want to talk about them, but there's not much to them. We don't know a lot. So that's what this is going to be. It's just going to be kind of a discussion video where if you know more about the case that I'm bringing up, definitely leave it all in the comments and we can discuss it all. I will update anything that I bring to Weekly Crime. I'll update it when I see that there's more information to be told. So yeah, just a discussion video. If you see anything that's new or updated, like definitely leave them in the comments so I can follow along too. I have been wanting to do this for a while. I see cases all the time that I'm like, oh my God, that's so interesting. I want to talk about this, but there's not a lot of info. So that's what this is going to be. It's going to be called Weekly Crime, and that's what you can look forward to in these types of videos. So with all that being said, sorry for the long introduction, but I wanted to explain what is coming to Crime Cafe. This week's Weekly Crime, I am bringing you Sarah Boone. I don't know if you've seen her case or not. Sarah Boone and her boyfriend, they had a night of drinking and he was found the next morning in a suitcase, dead. So I want to talk about the details of that because it's crazy. Sarah Boone is a 42-year-old female. She is from Winter Park, Florida. She is facing second-degree murder charges in the death of George Torres Jr., her boyfriend. Sarah initially said that she was playing a game of hide and seek with her boyfriend, George. They were drinking and they decided to play a game of hide and seek. And they thought it would be funny for him to get into a suitcase. And Sarah claims that she accidentally passed out or fell asleep and didn't take him out of the suitcase. Sarah says that she woke up to her phone ringing multiple times. I'm not sure who was calling her. It doesn't say why her phone was ringing multiple times. But that's when she realized that George was still in the suitcase. And she went downstairs, unzipped the suitcase, and she saw that George was unresponsive. She called 911, and on that phone call you can hear her say, my boyfriend is dead. I'll leave a clip in here for you to hear her voice and her tone and the way that she says it for yourself, and you can think what you want to think after you hear it.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
4748 France Court, apartment 3.
4748, what's the street name?
France, F-R-A-N-T-D.
And the apartment number?
3.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in his case and we were playing. And like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep and I woke up and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened. Yes, like he has like blood coming out of his mouth, and I don't know if like he had like an aneurysm or what happened.
Right, okay, all right, okay. Listen, we're getting help out there too. All right, okay. Okay,
now?
Okay, listen, we're on our way out there. You're at 407-716-8684. Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase. I tried giving him CPR.
Okay, so he was in a suitcase?
Yes, and I fell asleep.
Okay, how old is the
42.
boyfriend, ma'am? 42-year-old male. All right. Okay, we're sending help out there. Sheriff's officer way out there?
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry?
Yeah, okay. All right, listen to me. Okay, I just need to confirm this one. All right, I understand. I just need to confirm this. Is he awake at all? Is he conscious at all?
No. He's purple.
Is he breathing?
No.
All right. I need you to get him on the floor, flat on his back for me, okay?
I did. I tried giving him CPR.
All right.
I tried giving him CPR.
Yeah, okay.
But nothing happened. He's purple.
Okay, listen to me. There's a defibrillator, but I need you to get it for me, okay?
What is
You
it?
have an AED? You have an AED available?
No.
All right. Are you right by him now?
I'm sorry?
Are you right by him now?
Yes.
Okay. Lay him flat on his. Okay, ma'am, listen. So listen, is he cold and stiff?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not necessarily cold, but he's stiff. And he's
Right.
purple.
Okay. All right. Listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to lay him flat on his back for me on the floor.
I did.
Removing the pillows. Okay.
Yes, I did.
All right. Okay.
He's stiff and purple.
Right. Okay. Listen. Okay, man. That's fine. We're still going to do compressions on him. Okay. All right. Place the heel of your hand on his breastbone, right in the center of the chest, right between the nipples.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Baby, I'm telling you. Just by looking at him, you can tell.
Okay. And
Please. Okay, he just gurgled.
okay. Listen to me. All right. I want you to place the heel of your hand. Okay, right between his chest, right between his breastbones.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Yes,
We want to pump his chest to me hard and fast.
The emergency responders got to the home and confirmed that George was gone. So Sarah told deputies that as soon as she found George in the suitcase that morning, she called her ex-husband, who lived just a couple miles down the road, told him what had happened, and he is the one who told her to call 911. So she didn't immediately call 911 when she found him. She called her ex-husband first. Deputies said that they found George's body. I've read a couple articles, and there's different versions of this. Now, I saw an article where deputies said that George's body was right next to the suitcase, in front of the front door, so that she pulled him out to give him CPR and do the things that the 911 operator was telling her to do. But then I read an article that said that he was still in the suitcase when they got there. So I'm not quite sure which one is right. If you have read anything, leave that in the comments. George had a small laceration on his lip, a bruising around his eye, and he had some scratches on his back, among some other injuries that weren't specified. Sarah completely denied being in a physical altercation with George that night. And in her first interview with detectives, Sarah said that her and George were drinking a glass of Woodbridge Chardonnay while they were putting together a puzzle and they were painting. She said when they were done, they decided to play a game of hide and seek, and that she first went upstairs to hide and George never came upstairs. So she was hiding in the shower. She got out of the shower and went downstairs to find George instead. And that's when they decided it would be really funny if he got in the suitcase. So he voluntarily, which the police do believe that he did voluntarily get in this suitcase, he got in, and she had to use a paper clip to zip up the suitcase because the zipper was broken. So that's how she zipped it up. The detectives obtained a search warrant for Sarah's cell phone. Another article said that she verbally gave them permission to go through her phone, but I also read that they obtained a search warrant. And they found 2 videos that contradicted her story. When she went to the sheriff's office for the second interview, they asked her if she had taken any pictures or videos of that night, of the 2 of them, and she said that she took pictures of her dog. That's what she remembers taking pictures of. And when she was shown that she took 2 videos of literally what had happened, she didn't remember doing that at all, and she said that it looks bad. On the cell phone footage, Sarah is literally videotaping George in the suitcase. You can see it moving, and you can hear him yelling for her. He's telling her that he can't breathe, and she is saying some pretty terrible things to him in response to him pleading for help. She is obviously very intoxicated. You can tell by her voice. I'm not saying that is any justification of what happened or anything like that, but that's just a fact. She does seem pretty intoxicated in the video, so I'm sure her lawyer will use that. That's all I'm saying. You can hear George yelling Sarah's name, and she replies, "For everything you've done to me, F you. And she laughs and George replies, I can't effing breathe, seriously? And he's shouting from the suitcase that is closed on the floor. And Sarah replied to him, yeah, that's what you do when you choke me. And then adding, that's what I feel like when you cheat on me. Sarah tells George to shut the F up when he says that he can't breathe and he's serious that he can't breathe, and she is laughing and says, well, then you better shut the F up. According to the arrest affidavit, the first video shows the suitcase facing downward and with George pushing on it in an attempt to get out. And in the second video, the suitcase is faced upward and moved just slightly. So they don't know who did that, if that was him from trying to get out or if it was her. Not quite sure. Because of Sarah's inconsistent statements, the video is on her phone. Of course, investigators decided to charge her with second-degree murder. She claims that she did not think that George was actually in distress and that she compared him to the boy who cried wolf. When she was asked why she didn't let him out, she said, well, number one, I had no idea it was going to end like that. And number two, I'll give you 5 minutes or so in there. I guess that's what, I found that number two an odd statement, but I guess I'm assuming that what she meant was like, oh, I'll give you a couple of minutes in there, it's funny. And she was meaning to take him out, but went upstairs to bed and passed out. Some articles are saying passed out from being so drunk, and I heard some articles she's saying that no, she just fell asleep. Detectives let her know that he was in the suitcase for a minimum of 11 hours. 11 hours he was in that suitcase. She said she didn't know why she didn't check on him before going upstairs to bed, and that she keeps saying that she did leave the zipper open a little bit so he can get his fingers out and open up the zipper himself. Obviously, he wasn't able to do that, and she said that she does know that he died as a result of her actions. A neighbor of the couple said that they did hear a loud noise, what sounded like something falling down the stairs, and that was coming from the apartment the night of his death. The neighbors said they have often complained to the apartment management because Sarah and George did frequently play loud music, and they also had very loud arguments. Now, in 2018, Sarah was arrested for strangling George. She claimed that he hit her in the eye because she spoke to another man at the bar that night. George said, no, she was strangling me, and said that he had to literally kick her off of him so he wouldn't die from her strangling him. At that time, detectives couldn't determine who was the aggressor in that argument, so nothing came of it. Now, when Sarah originally called 911 the morning that she found George in the suitcase, she did suggest to the dispatcher that she didn't know how George died and that he could have had an aneurysm. And like I said before, she also claims that she had gotten him out of the suitcase to perform CPR, but it is said that when medics arrived, he was still in the suitcase. Now, that is contradicting statements from one article to another, so I'm not quite sure which one is right there. The autopsy determined that George died from asphyxiation, and his body was also battered. He had a black eye and bruises and cuts on his head. His back and hands also had bruises and cuts. It had been determined that he was stuck inside that suitcase for 11 hours and that he did have alcohol in his system at the time of his death, which we know they were drinking that night before. That is all I found on this case of Sarah Boone and George Torres Jr. This is crazy. Have you seen this case? When you hear her 911 call, it doesn't sound like there's any emotion in her voice whatsoever. And like, that's horrible. I can't even imagine sitting myself in a suitcase and having someone zipper it up, let alone being inside one for 11 hours. That would, it makes me want to take a deep breath. It feels like that's just such torture. I'm definitely going to be updating this. This is our first weekly crime. Let me know anything that you think about this case, any details that are coming that you find that I didn't mention. There's going to be more, I'm sure, and we will keep up with it. But thank you so much for giving me your time, and I will see you in the next video.